Howdy y'all, and welcome back to Cassie Elle Talks. Today we're taking a look at a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Outlawed from Green Couch Games. Now, I don't have a copy of the box to show you, but this is the current box rendition from Green Couch Games. The story of Outlawed is the sheriff of Bandit Bluff has lost his deputy and is currently looking for a new replacement. You and your opponents are all trying to show your worth as being the next deputy replacement, and the way you're doing that is by rounding up outlaws. Each outlaw has a different apprehend condition that must be met for you to be able to apprehend them, and they also have different values assigned to them. Players play until one player has successfully apprehended 4 outlaws in a beginner game and 7 outlaws in a regular game. There is a lot of bluffing and trying to outwit your opponents in this game, and I had a great time playing this game. It's a great filler, and I just had a great time, so I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's go ahead and take a look at Outlawed. Alright everyone, here is Outlawed. In Outlawed, players are trying to apprehend outlaws that they play from their hand. The player who has apprehended the highest value total of outlaws at the end of the game becomes a new deputy and is the winner of Outlawed. I'm going to run through a beginner's game, and here and there I'll explain the differences between a beginner's game and a regular game. I'm also going to set the game up for 2 players, even though the game can play up to 4. In the beginning of the game, each player receives the exact same set of cards. 5 cards are removed from each set for the beginner game, and 1 more is removed for a 2-player game, leaving each player with a hand of 5 cards. Each of these 5 cards are different and have a special apprehend requirement on them. The first card is Bandito Pandito. If a player plays a card and told the truth about the card they played, you are able to apprehend Bandito Pandito. Opposite of him is Eagle Eye Hawkins. If Eagle Eye Hawkins is played and an opponent lied this turn, you are able to apprehend Eagle Eye Hawkins. The next card is Lone Wolf Gang McLean. If a player plays this card and they are the only player to play this card that round, they are able to apprehend him. The next card is Noble Lionel Mainsworth. When you play this card and you want to apprehend him, you must tell the truth about playing him. But be careful, because the last card is Dirty Duke Tiger. Dirty Duke is able to be apprehended if another player plays Lionel Mainsworth, and that player that does play him is not able to apprehend him that round. Players now shuffle their hand, randomly discard 1 from their hand, and keep this card secret. The secret card is kept hidden under their Outlaw reference card. The Outlaw reference card is used to keep track of what cards are in the game. It has icons to indicate what cards are in a beginner game, as well as in a 2-player game. Next, the start player is chosen and given this Deputy Sheriff badge card. You're now ready to play. The start player begins by looking at the cards in their hand and choosing one to play. They put this card out face down. Once they've played their card, they announce to their opponent what card they played. This player states, "I played Bandito Pandito." Now that they have played a card and claimed what it is, their opponent gets to do the same. This opponent plays a card and states, "This card is Lionel Mainsworth." Now all players have played a card and claimed what it is. They now reveal what their cards are. The first player played Eagle Eye Hawkins. He would only be able to apprehend Eagle Eye Hawkins if their rival told a lie. Unfortunately, their rival did not tell a lie, so they're not able to apprehend Eagle Eye Hawkins, but their opponent is able to apprehend Lionel. The opponent, because they were able to apprehend Lionel, gets to take Lionel and put him in jail. To do so, they take the card and put it face down in front of them. This card remains face down for the rest of the game. The first player, because they were unable to apprehend Eagle Eye Hawkins, takes him and puts him back in their hand. They now pass turn, and it's now their opponent's turn to first choose a card. Their opponent chooses a card and says, "I'm playing Bandito Pandito." They now pass to the other player to choose a card. This player says, "I'm playing Lone Wolf Gang McLean." Everybody has played and claimed a card, so they reveal. And the first player played Bandito Pandito. They are able to apprehend him if their opponent told the truth, and our opponent did, so we get to apprehend him. This player puts him in jail. And now we go to this player. This player played Lone Wolf Gang McLean, and they were the only one to do so. Because they were the only one to do so, they're able to apprehend him and put him in their jail. He goes into their jail, and now the sheriff badge passes turn. If in a beginner game, at some point a player apprehends their 4th card and puts it in jail, the game is over. Players would then add up the values of the outlaws in their jail. Whichever player had the most value total of outlaws in their jail is the winner of Outlawed. If you were in a regular game, there would be more cards in your hand, so you would play until you had 7 cards in your jail. And that's Outlawed from Green Couch Games. So that was Outlawed. I had a great time playing the game. Very often I found myself laughing because I would play cards like Eagle Eye Hawkins, assuming my opponent was lying and they would be telling the truth. And so I would always think that my opponents were doing one thing when they were doing something else. I like the icons on the cards that show what cards are used for beginner games and what cards are used for 2-player games because it makes setup go like way quicker. The art was okay. I prefer a little more of the cute look for animal art, but for a game that is about outlaws, I can understand why this game was looking a little bit grittier. Like I mentioned, I wasn't sent the box because the copy I have is a prototype, but I do have another game that is by Green Couch Games called Avalanche at Yeti Mountain. I'm assuming that Outlawed is going to be in a box similar like this because all of Green Couch Games boxes seem to be on average this size. And I'm okay with that because I prefer smaller box games. If you like Outlawed and you'd like to learn more about it, you can check out the link down below, as well as if you want to back it on Kickstarter, I have the link for that down below as well. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and the IndieGameReport.com. Thanks for watching. That's Cassie Elle signing out with Outlawed by Green Couch Games.